Hello everybody, Simbi ASMR here, bringing you yet again a video of all the games that I found thrifting over the weekend. I think I mentioned in my last video that some of these games came from the game exchange. Well, 10 of these did once again. I went back Saturday and I found 10 more games on the PS2. Well, like I say, games on, actually 7 on PS2, 1 on the original Xbox, and 2 on the GameCube. And I actually found 2 games at the Great Escape. So we're going to start with the 2 games that I found at the Great Escape. This first game, me and my brother played a ton on the N64 way back in the day, and if you had an N64 and you didn't know what this game was, you was really missing out. Force Jibbing. It was $9 and it's in really good condition, but I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I actually found this game like 3 years ago at a game store that went out of business, and they had this complete in the box with the manual for $25, but I thought that was just way too expensive for an N64 game. And looking back on it, I wish I would have actually bought it because the box that they had was in really good condition as well. But yeah, if you have an N64 and you still play it, you definitely need to check this game out. This next game is a sports game, which I never really got into sports games that much, but I did play a lot of Madden, and I did used to play some NBA Live. So this next game is on the GameCube, and it is NBA Live 06. It was just $2, and for $2 I couldn't pass it up. It's got the original manual and everything in the case, so this was probably my favorite basketball game of all time, just because the like the dunking contest and stuff on this game. It was really fun. Me and my cousin used to play the crap out of it. But yeah, I really don't like sports games in my collections, but this is the exception, so. Okay, so those were the 2 games that I found at the Great Escape. Now these, the next 2 games I'm going to show you were found at the Game Exchange, and they're both on the GameCube. The first one being the Scorpion King, and this is also complete. It's got the manual in the box and everything. I've never played this game, but I mean, for $6 and it, you know, came complete, I was like, you know, I'll throw that in my collection. I'm trying to get like mostly GameCube games that I actually played when I was younger, but I mean, at the same time, I would kind of like to just get like every GameCube game ever, and I've got like 90, so I'm like almost 1/7 of the way there, or 1/8. Okay, this next game on the GameCube, I never did play it, but Freestyle Metal X. It looks super cool. It's kind of dirty, the case is, but it came complete, so I thought, why not? I'll try it out. I know I played like ATV versus MX like a lot on the like PS2 and whatnot, so I figured this might be just as good or close to it, and it'd be kind of cool for my collection. So okay, the next game is for the original Xbox, and I've really been wanting to add this to my collection forever, but I put it off because at an old game store that we had in town. They had it for $25, and I just thought that was way too expensive. But I lucked out and got it for $13, and that is Morrowind Game of the Year Edition on the original Xbox. The graphics are so outdated on this game, which is understandable, but I would really like to actually get into this and beat it, because I absolutely loved Oblivion, and I really liked Skyrim, but a lot of people told me that Morrowind is a lot better, so I kind of want to dive into that, but who knows if I'll get the time or not. Next up we have Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open. This game was, I don't know, like probably one of my favorite test drive games. And I remember me and my best friend, he had it on the original Xbox, and like it was kind of like free roam. So we would like free roam around, and we'd try to find a house, and we would act like, you know, it was his house, and then I'd go find me a house somewhere, and we'd drive back and forth to each other's houses. It's just funny how you know what you come up with when you're just a kid. But yeah, I seen this for $6, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta have that. So next on the list, which I thought this was super cool for $5.99, Fight Club on the PS2. I had only heard of this game, but I've never actually seen the physical copy or seen any gameplay of it or anything, so I'm really excited to try this out. It kind of sucks though, because I hooked my PS2 up so I could play a bunch of these games, and for some reason I put the Punisher in first, and it played for maybe 10 minutes, and then it kind of started bugging out and froze, and I couldn't get it to hardly read anything else. So I guess my PS2 is somewhat fried for now, but yeah, I thought this was a super cool game though to add to the collection. And hopefully I'll get a new PS2 soon, so I can actually try these games out. Next up we have Celebrity Deathmatch. This was a hilarious show back in the day. I'm pretty sure that's Jerry Springer, Marilyn Manson, of course, and I don't really know who else any of these guys are. Maybe Carrot Top, Dennis Rodman. But yeah, this game was hilarious. I actually remember it being really, really hard, and I played it for the original Xbox. My younger stepbrother had it, but the case is kind of dinged up and kind of faded looking, but it's still complete in the box, so I went ahead and got it anyways because it was just kind of a cool game. This next game I'll probably regret adding to my collection, but it was just $3.99 and complete, and that is Superman Returns. I don't think I've ever played this, but Superman games are like infamous for being terrible, but I thought it kind of looked neat on the back. It doesn't necessarily look like it would be a bad game, so I figured for $3.99, why not? I'll throw that in the collection. And next up we have Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Me and my best friend, I remember the night that he rented this, he went to Blockbuster and rented it on the first Xbox. And we stayed up all night like trying to beat it, and then we'd hop on like multiplayer and use our like creative cars and stuff to ride around the city, and once again we would go find a house that was mine and a house that was his, and we'd act like we was kind of like cruising around at night and stuff. It was really fun. So yeah, I thought this was perfect for the collection, and it is also complete. I'm pretty sure every single game that I got is complete except one. I really don't like buying games if it doesn't include the manual, because I just don't really want to search for that later on. Next up is the Getaway for $5.95. One of my older brother's best friends let us borrow this probably back in like 2002, I guess. And I thought the game was super cool, but it was really hard. I don't know if it was just where I was younger or what, but I know these older games are like really bad about having really clunky controls and whatnot, so that's most likely what it was, but I thought it was really awesome though. I love picking up games for like $5 and $6 because I can go in there and get like, you know, 10 of them for $60. Alright, next up, I had always heard of this game, but I had never played it or never even seen gameplay of it, and that is MTV's Pimp My Ride for $5.99 complete in the box. I thought that was so cool looking. Me and a bunch of my friends, when we were younger, we were all into like low riders and mini trucks and stuff, so this game is like perfect for me, really. It's just a shame we never got to play it back when it was like in its prime, you know, and everybody was playing PS2 still. Still an awesome addition to the collection for $6. So that is all of my games, but I do have 2 more items that I found. And I found these next 2 in a store called Melodies and Memories. I actually had to like really search for this store. I had a friend tell me about it, and they told me it was an awesome place with a ton of collectibles, so I had to go check it out. But the first item that I found is a Super Mario 3 collector's puzzle. I probably have 10 puzzles or more worked, and I do glue them and put them in frames and stuff. Maybe one day I can do like a game room tour, and you guys can see all my puzzles and whatnot, but I thought this was awesome because Super Mario 3 is really, I feel like, what got me into gaming. When I was just a little kid, and then like as far back as I can remember, my grandma had this game, and we would stay up all night trying to beat it. Like, my grandma did not want to give up until we were completely out of lives and everything, and we were all pretty decent, me, my grandmother, and my brother. Although we never did beat that game, we spent years trying to, and I don't know, I was just so little back then, I guess it was just a lot harder, but I seen it and I had to get it. And last but not least, I found a strategy guide for Time Splitters 2. I can't tell you the amount of hours that I had on this game on the GameCube. And I thought I definitely just had to get it. I remember my brother's best friend back in the day. He would actually walk to our house at night. He worked at Hardee's, and he would walk over to the house, and we would sit up all night playing that game. Good times. Alright guys, that'll be it for today. I hope everyone is relaxed and staying warm if you're in the southern part of the U.S., especially right now with the winter storm that's going on. I know it's only been like 9 degrees outside here, and it says it feels like -2, so it's always kind of worrisome thinking that the power might go out, but I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Stay warm, my friends.